They entered his empty room, looking around and sighing. In this part 10 days, they got in their presence. Jungkook never talked to him, and also never allowed him to touch Hein in the room, but at least he was able to feel his presence. They know Jungkook would become the old Jungkook, who would never only pretend that it doesn't exist, but also would never allow him near Ein. The mere thought of the reality was heartbreaking. They took out his mobile from the bag and saw so many messages from Jihu, Dan, Jin, asking about their journey and telling him that they are missing them. He replied to their messages and talked with them for a few minutes. He was missing them too. After that, they called Appa and talked with him for a long time, and then Grandma and Grandpa as well. To get rid of that, alongside he arranged these things for the university tomorrow. It's been days since they have gone back and resumed their old routine for the very next day. Everyone was having their breakfast except Jungkook as usual. He still take Hein with him, leave home in the early morning, and came back home late at night. Can I stay for a night at Appa place? They asked hesitantly. His eyes were between Mom and Dad. Of course, son, you don't have to ask our permission. Mom said, just inform us for anything you want to do. We will always there for you. Dad added, thanks. They replied with a smile. Across his face, Mom and Dad was already really tense due to how Jungkook was treating Taeyoung, which every passing day, their tension was converting into a guilt as they were not able to do anything. Thanks to Namjoon and Jihoop, who was always there for Taeyoung, because without these two, his survival was not possible. Oh, come on, Tae. You can't leave me alone. At home I get bored. Jihoop said. Jihoop, doesn't start again. What is he? Your babysitter? Namjoon said in an amused tone. I'm not a baby. Jihoop said with each word. I'm not a baby. And Namjoon mimicked Jihoop. But you're acting like one, mister, he added. No. Yes. Taeyoung. Mom and Dad were enjoying their cute drama. Ma, Jihoop said. Namjoon, Jihoop, eat it if you both don't want to get late. If Taeyoung want to visit his family, then let him be. He's also a child. Doesn't you think Jihoop would be an injustice to him? Dad said. Job looked at Taeyoung, who was sitting beside him, and said in a puppy dog expression, sorry, but please come back soon. Okay, they replied, pulling his cheeks lovingly and side-hugged him. After that, Jihoop left the college. Namjoon and Dad went to the company, whereas Mom dropped off Taeyoung at a university and then went to her NGO. Ayn, you have become very naughty these days. Jungle looked at Ayn, who was busy playing with her toys, and then shifted his gaze toward the bottle feeder in his hand and sighed. Jungle was trying to feed Ayn, but every time she would push the bottle out of her mouth with her tongue. Jungle looked at the packed lunch on the table, which he received a few minutes ago. He didn't have anything since morning. He took the sandwich and took a bite of it. These days, his own hours were suffocating him. Taeyoung's presence was making him restless. Someday he would choose double shift at the hospital, while at other, he used to take Ayn with him to his friend's apartment as he lived abroad. Being a professional, he didn't with hundreds of times, but in front of his own daughter, he was not only helpless, but hopeless as well. I looked at the screen of the phone and he stopped eating. He stared at the screen for a while and then attended. Hello, he said, slightly broken, heavy voice. Kim mentioned. Grandma, they said and hugged Grandma tightly. I can't tell you how much I missed you. They said with tearful eyes, I miss you too, my love. You have left our home lifeless. Grandma said and tears rolled down her face. They broke the hug and wiped her tears. If you both are done crying, meet your grandpa as well. Or do you forget him? Grandpa said while keep his both hands open. They moved forward and hugged him tightly as well. Grandpa lowered down his head and kissed his head. Grandpa, I can never forget you. I love you a lot, he said. I know, my child. I am just pulling your leg, he replied. I am. What have you cooked? They asked, looking at Minji. You should inform me earlier. I would have cooked your favorite food, Grandpa said. It's okay. I just want to surprise you. And guess what? I stay here tonight, they said in an exciting tone and blooming smile. That's great, Grandma said. And Grandma and Theon were sat together in the lounge, talking about random things. Are you happy, Tae? Grandpa asked. Yeah. They looked at her hand. Then, where are Ain and Jungkook? Grandma asked and Theon still at his question. Grandma sighed. You are her mother. Now, but I have never seen her with you. It's almost a month since you got married, but there is no sign for them around you. Is it treated you right? Theon didn't say a word and kept looking at her hand. You know, Grandma would instantly, if he lied. Grandma took his hand in his hand and said, You don't have to get scared of anything. We would understand everything, Tae. You and our precious child we couldn't see you even sad. I can feel that there is something off about you. You have to trust us. They were still quiet and just keep looking down. Grandma took a deep breath and sighed. She understands Theon is not going to tell her anything. Grandpa, Grandma and Theon were sat together for lunch. Grandma was feeding Theon with her hand. When will Appa come back? They asked. He comes home late these days. Grandpa replied. Okay then, I will surprise him as well. Don't tell him, okay? They said.